Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you are, I hope you're having an amazing day. Sorry. We're going to continue with Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Sorry I did not do it yesterday. Like I said in the message to the family. Okay, I can't stand that. That's a little too big. Get that out of there. Like I said to the message to the family, with it being Father's Day, I spent it with the family. So I'll do chapter 3 and chapter 4 today. It is June 17th, 2013. It is now 10:30 in the morning. And I guess I haven't said it in a while, but we are still up here in Northeast Ohio. We are currently in Ashtabula, Ohio. Yes, we're in Ashtabula, Ohio. And we are going to read I'm reading from the King James Version, chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. The chapter title is, By the necessary change of times, vanity is added to human toil. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get up, and a time to lose. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sue. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. What a profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth. Verse 9. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? Verse 10. I have seen that travail which God hath given to the Son of Man to be exercised in. Okay, so verse 11 through verse 15, the chapter title is, There is an excellency in God's works. In God's works. 11. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the works that God maketh from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. It shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And God doeth that man should fear before him. Verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and God requireth that which is past. You will wait until your dad gets home, and then he will call your aunt. All right? Thank you. What? Love you too, buddy. Yes. Verse 16 through verse 22. The title is, God shall judge the righteousness and the wicked. 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time. For there is a time there for every purpose, and for every work. I said in mine heart, concerning the estates of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence over a beast, for all is vanity. All go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Verse 22. Wherefore I perceiveth that there is nothing better that the man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? It's a good chapter. Bring up my commentaries here. Alright. Matthew Henry's concise commentaries. Let's see what he has to say. The change of human affairs. To expect unchanging happiness in the world must end in disappointment. To bring ourselves to our state in life and our duties and wisdom in this world, God's whole plan for the government of the world will be found altogether wise, just, and good. And then let us seize the favorable opportunity for our good purpose and work. The time to die is fast approaching. Thus labor and sorrow fill the world. This is given us that we may always have something to do. None were set in the world to be idle. The divine counsels unchangeable. Everything is as God made it, not as it appears to us. We have the world so much in our hearts, are so taken up with thoughts and cares of worldly things, that we have neither time nor spirit to see God's hands in them. And nobody really pays attention anymore. They say, oh, it's an act of nature. It's not God. It's an act of nature. And that's a crock of BS. The world has not only gained possession of the heart, but has formed thoughts against the beauty of God's work. We mistake if we think we were born of ourselves. No, it is our business to do good in this life, not bad, which is short and uncertain. We have but little time to be doing good. Therefore, we should redeem time, satisfaction with divine providence, and having faith that all things work together for good to them that love him. God doeth all that men should fear before him. The world as it has been, is, and will be. There has no change befallen us, nor has any temptation by it taken us, but such as is common in men. The vanity of worldly power. Check my time real quick. Doing good. Without the fear of the Lord, man is but vanity. Set that aside, and judges will not use their power well. And there is another judge that stands before the door. With God there is a time for the redressing of grievance. Though as yet we see it not, Solomon seems to express his wish that men might perceive that by choosing this world as their portion, they brought themselves to a level with the beast, without being free, as they are. from present vexation and a future account. Both return to the dust from which they were taken. What little reason have we to be proud of our bodies or bodily accomplishments? But as none can fully comprehend, so few consider properly the difference between the rational soul of man and the spirit or life of the beast. The spirit of man goes upward to be judged and is then fixed in an unchangeable state of happiness or misery. It is a certain height of those hopes and wishes is that they may die like beasts. Let our inquiry be, how an eternity of existence may be to us an eternity of enjoyment? To answer this is the grand design of Revelation. Jesus is revealed as the Son of God and the hope of sinners. Is he your hope? And that concludes Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I hope you got the understanding from it. I hope God opens your ears and lets you hear. Ecclesiastes is the way that we're supposed to live. It's supposed to be the guideline of how us children of God, us sons and daughters of God, are supposed to live. That's why this is one of the more important books as a guide for us. Alright, my brothers and sisters, I shall return with chapter 4. Peace be in you. I love you guys. May Christ be in you. I love you.